In 2020, October, I became US citizen because I wanted to vote. And that is one of the main differences, green card holders versus US citizens. And there's like some retirement benefits too when you're a citizen as opposed to green card holder. And I love this country and I'm super grateful and happy. It's a very large country. There's many states, many people, so of course there's gonna be, all types of things. It's not utopia, and utopia doesn't exist. But if you take overall how US is and other countries, it's a wonderful country. Now, I wish it wasn't so divided and extremist, but some people extreme, but people are everywhere like that. In every country, you're gonna meet people like that. You're gonna meet people like that in Europe. You're gonna meet people like that in the Middle East. You're gonna meet people like that in most of the countries, because that's human nature, perhaps, for some people to go into these extremes. But overall, it's top leader in many things, US. Can some things still be improved? Yes, but in US, to me, what it's known, you can become somebody from nobody. Everybody has equal opportunity, and you can be born poor, you can die super rich because of free economy. It's not communism, it's not socialism, it's not oppression to have property, enterprise, businesses. That's why I love this country, because I grew up in post-Soviet country. Also, freedom of the religion, to practice or not to practice religion. And sometimes almost like it's getting out of hand with, people that are anti-religion here. But I'm hoping that it'll kind of tone down, because some people are pro certain religions, anti other religions, almost like they're more supporting the, let's say, Islam versus Christianity sometimes, just because Islam is like a minority. But at the end of the day, US been built in the Abrahamic traditions, Christian tradition values, and I subscribe to those values as well. And I'm sure good Muslims subscribe to these values, and other religions subscribe to these values, and Hindus subscribe, and Buddhists subscribe to, not hurt other people, help each other. But I'm most familiar with Christianity, right? And you don't have to believe, but you can still agree that those values probably gonna make your life better if you follow these values. To have integrity, to have morality, to have principles, to follow laws, not steal, don't lie, decency, help others, things like that. So, I moved to US because it was compatible with my beliefs. And I always admired entrepreneurs of the US. I've been following even Trump. I've been following him since I was 16. I admired Elon Musk. I admired Jeff Bezos. I admired Apple, Steve Jobs. I admired, there's countless numbers of people that, the Shark Tank entrepreneurs, that's mainstream media, right? But there's a lot of everyday entrepreneurs, small moms and pops businesses that I admired when I moved to US. And it's a hard-working country. People work hard. And also, I work hard because I believe that I fulfill God's will when I work hard and help other people, and makes me happy to contribute to the society. It's not really the money that drives me. And because, if the money alone drives you, you're not going to be as successful, I believe. You have to have a moral compass, a purpose, why you're doing it for. Because once you have your bases covered, you got food, shelter, everything, that motivation can dwindle really fast if you don't have bigger goals. Like, Elon Musk wants to put people on Mars. So, you have to have bigger dreams than you can even wrap your head around it sometimes. And that is motivating. So, and if you're going to come to this country, you want to come the legal way. You want to come through legal port of entry, because if you're going to be legal, trust me, you're not going to be able to have business here, not successfully at least. You're going to be not even, I was going to say second-class citizen, but you're just not going to be a citizen, And if you coming in illegally, you're already breaking, on the day one, you already broke the law. Even Bible says, you got to respect borders, because you're going to pay a high price if you don't follow the law. You're going to have trouble, changing your status. So come with good status to begin with, whether it's through work, study, family, business, investment. There is different, visas, different options for different people out there. Like we have E2 visa program that we can offer to people to come to US as an investor. It doesn't require that much money. 100,000 is enough. We help with systems and processes. We guide people, so you can reach out that for us, because I want to help other people to come legally to this country. And I've been a sponsor to one person already, not through investment, but they needed like a family additional member that their family couldn't sponsor them because of financial hardship. So I know how the process works, and I've gone through the process. One period in time I was out of status, and trust me, there's nothing worse than being out of status in the country that you move to. So I highly recommend you have to do everything you can to immigrate anywhere you're going, not to US, doesn't matter where you're going, immigrate legally. And, respect that country's laws. And if you're gonna come, be a patriot, don't move somewhere and then complain and ask for handouts, because you didn't pay it into tax, you didn't earn that. Hardworking American people, created everything. So when you come, you have to contribute to it. You have to earn, you have to work. And I really would never understand people that complain why they just don't move somewhere else. Because if I'm gonna have allegiance to country, I'm gonna be proud of it. I'm gonna try to make it better. I'm gonna defend it. I think that we should do that. And it's good to be patriot, and we accept all the cultures as long as they follow the laws, and they don't wanna ruin or take over US and screw this country over. That's what matters, Different cultures, it's amazing. You get different food, you get different arts, you get everything. It's great, but it has to be done through legal channels, because then everybody is dignified. Nobody's a slave, People that are pro-immigrant rights, that chant for illegal immigration, they think they are pro-immigrant. They're not pro-immigrant. What pro-immigrant would be if people actually chanted to change laws to make to come legally easier here. That is pro-immigrant to me. And the people that needs to come, through with documentation, with fingerprints, that's what should be done. Because when they're chanting for illegals to stay illegals, they are potentially putting those illegals in danger, in human trafficking situations, and extortion. They have to pay these fees. They usually are brought in unsafe traveling conditions, in trucks, and in back of the bumper, you know, storages. People die, you know, people die when they try. It's not worth it. It's not worth to die to try to come in illegally. As well, you know, then you have people can come through the border easily with drugs and all the other issues and with criminal records. So people really need to think before they want to promote illegal immigration. No other country in my knowledge promotes illegal immigration. All countries have border procedures, as they should. So I wanted to share this, and you know, and any immigrant that I met that came here and worked their way up and worked hard, started from zero, from nothing, and now they're living American dream. They will never trash American flag. They will not burn American flag, and they will love. They love this country more than some of the born so Americans sometimes. So I hope that this shines a light that just because I'm an immigrant doesn't mean I support illegal immigration. I do not support illegal immigration. I suffered a lot, the most in my life, when I was temporarily in the illegal status. It's nothing more worse than that, trust me. I don't wish that on any worst enemy. And I just want people to know that never been in that situation, that we need laws that makes people to come lawfully easier perhaps, but also we should not promote illegal immigration, because then it puts people that want to come legally in the back of the line, and that's not good. It's not fair either. Let me know your opinion in the comments down below. And you know, someday I might go to Lithuania to live there part-time. It's a great country too, but if you want to do business, you come to US. It's a great country if you want to especially, you know, be able to visit all different terrains. There's mountains, there's ocean here. There's just such an amazing country. Then you might want to be here. Thank you for watching again. Have a brilliant day.